Down.
Check them out. Check them out.
It's going down.
Day 3.
A to
Let's
Z.
move. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lennart, subprime hero.
And we are on day 3 at Digital Dealer live in Las Vegas, having an incredible time. And we have the one,
the only Doug Reeves
up in here. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro?
You guys.
Man, I'm so glad that you picked this time, man, because this is a great time of day to get excited, get pumped up. That's what this whole show is about. It's about getting caffeinated and ready for the day.
Yep.
We're
Got
here.
mine.
We're here to yes, sir.
Cheers,
Cheers to that really quick. But cheers.
Yep. Cheers.
There
Cheers
you go.
to everybody,
Cheers.
man.
Cheers.
Coffee,
Bam,
the lifesaver.
bam.
All right.
Let's go.
That's
That's right.
Day
last
3,
night.
the final day of Digital Dealer 2023 in sunny Las Vegas at the Mirage. We're over at booth 933.
Yes, sir.
And we have Doug Reeves with A2Z Sync. I love A2Z Sync. What a great company. What a great cause. What a great idea, right? And, you get to be there and you get to share this with everybody while you've been here, man. So far, brother, how has this event been for you?
It's been pretty good. It's been there's been some good conversations. There's been some thought-provoking sessions.
Right on.
I'd say overall it's been good. Although it's interesting. I think last year's show, post-COVID, a lot of people were more excited to get out. So I sense that there was a bigger crowd last year. But it's still been good. And the combination of this and the previous show, it's been a pretty good week.
Dude, this has been a great week, and you're right. You guys are building momentum. You guys have had some hurdles to jump over this year, but not in a bad way. I think what it did was it encouraged you guys to do things differently, find new roles, and then have people step up in your company. And man, what I've seen is some great forward movement in there, and I love it. A2Z Sync is all over the place. If you guys haven't been to an event lately and
you need to check out these.
Then you may not have seen it, but if you've been at all these events, their name and their logos everywhere. They're really sharing what they're doing. They're doing something unique, and I really want to get into that today, man. I really want to talk about that, man, the one-person sale process. Right. Explain that a little bit more. Tell everybody what you guys do for the industry and how you guys complement that.
Sure. So, let's face it. If customers have complaints in this industry, it takes too long to buy a car. I'm talking to too many people. It's not transparent enough. Customers want a better experience. And progressive dealers realized this years ago, and A2Z Sync was formed out of a group out of Colorado that went to the one-person model. Have one person handle the deal from start to finish.
Right.
Make it a concierge experience for the customer. And then over time, when the software is created, it really just provides the bumper guards of the technology to create that shared experience the customers love.
Right.
And you end up having a better experience in less time, and everybody leaves happy. The employee, the customer, and management, everybody's happy with it, with a one-person model.
Infusing that together with making sure that, of course, the customer has a great experience is exactly what we're trying to do. I mean, across the board, everybody wants to make sure we're providing a good experience, but taking it from the beginning to the end, same face, same person, helping guide you through.
Right.
That's the model that we do see independents go to if they're short staffed.
Sure.
But we're also seeing some major big box brands switch to that. Everybody walk up with an iPad or a tablet of some sort, touch, boom, that's it. Hey, your paperwork will be ready in a few minutes. I mean, what have you seen inside of the dealers that have had that like awakening to them on, wow, how relieving is it to now have this process that way?
It's amazing to me. Some of the benefits that we've seen, take away the financial metrics because they're unbelievable.
Sure.
Right.
But from a purely organizational standpoint, when you empower a salesperson to do more, and you have a culture shift that's more focused on the development and the constant coaching of those individuals, what you end up having is this team of loyal employees. Turnover in a one-person model is virtually nil. Okay, but they're doing more. They actually feel like they have a career, not a job.
That's right.
But the other thing that's really amazing is you can go to one of our stores, like for example, you could go into Paragon Acura, you could go to Champ Subaru, you can go to any of our big stores. Thumping day, 7, you got 15 deals cooking. It is so calm in the store.
Yes.
Wow.
That frenetic back and forth that you typically see in a typical traditional store, it just doesn't exist. It's just a calm experience, and everybody's just chill.
Wow, talking about little people like Paragon.
I mean, who's Paragon? I don't think anyone's ever heard of them, right?
Yeah, they're not. They're all right.
But I mean,
that's pretty phenomenal.
To
man,
pump out what it is that they do pump out. That's incredible that they use the technology like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of moving parts, and if you can shorten the amount of people that a person has to meet, shorten the amount of steps that you have to take in order to get it from hello to goodbye. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But considering what Paragon, Honda, Acura, all the incredible forward-thinking dealers, if they are looking to simplify that process, well, why not look at a technology like
exactly. The biggest fear, let's face it, if I'm a dealer right now, I've had unbelievable profits for the last 12, 18 months, 24 months. I don't want to upset the apple cart. Right? They're afraid to change, right? But the fact is that the industry is changing for them. All of a sudden, margins are going to start to shrink, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. When margins shrink, compensation shrinks. Now I've got employees that and dealers aren't going to pay the same in 2023 that they're paying now. They can't.
Right.
So now I've got employees that maybe are dissatisfied. And so now I've got this concern on that side. Would you guys agree that sales process has basically gone out the window?
Oh, I mean, it's being transformed. I would completely agree with that.
But right now, everybody we talk to says, process is this. There's the car, there's the key, drive it, come back, there's the price. You don't want it, right? That guy does.
Oh man, yes,
right?
Yes.
So
there's a lot of dealerships out there that do that. Luckily, Lou and I were able to help a lot of dealerships not do that.
That's
right?
good,
That's
and that's what's needed.
It's very important because process is key to everything.
It is.
And if you don't have a good process that's relatable, transparent, right? So people can see what's really happening, explain to in a very easy way, something that's simple for people, then it's going to fall apart. That's why what you guys do, you guys make it really simple.
Yep.
The process is you're with me the whole time. I'm going to take care of you. And then you guys provide software to make sure that person has it done even easier for them. And I love that. And I think that it's great that you guys do that. You guys, so you were saying that this was the first of its kind, right?
I think from what I can tell, when our CEO, Natasha Geiner, developed the software, she's the first person ever developed software to guide this. Because, Champ had been doing one person for, 4 or 5 years. And then they realized, hey, I need software to hold people accountable. We call it bumper bowling for the salespeople. Okay. But it also, they wanted it. They said, if I'm going to expand and add other stores, I need to be able to plug and play quickly.
Right.
And this allows you to do it. So yeah, it's one of a kind. It's really great.
And the learning curve. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure.
For a dealer that is okay, I want to do this.
Right.
This does make sense.
Right.
I would like to simplify, save time, save steps, maybe even save money. What would you say as far as the learning curve looks like inside of implementing this process in technology?
Well, I would say this. In order to be really successful, you have to have a partner that really understands it, right? So what we do is at A2Z is we're very intentional about on-site support. We come in and train 1 to 2 weeks in the store, from whether it be sales training, leadership training, F&I software, the whole 9 yards. We set the groundwork for them. We give them access to both an online learning site and a training server that they can play with. We certify everybody, and then we're on site when you launch. And generally what you find is if the salespeople engage fully in the training, right? And if management holds them accountable to it and reinforces it after you launch, you don't miss a beat. You really don't miss a beat.
That's pretty strong.
And you probably don't get much kickback from management, right? on this, right? I couldn't imagine management saying, no, something new I need to learn. I mean, what is that like? How do you guys weather that storm?
Lou, that's a great question. So the two keys to success, frankly, is from dealer on down, all management's bought in, and then training and coaching and accountability, right? But what sometimes you have in scenarios is dealer wants to do it, GM's bought in, sales manager's not so convinced. That's when it struggles.
Right.
But what you do find is once they realize how their life changes, because frankly, a sales manager's job, we call them team leads, their job changes dramatically.
Yes.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
In a typical store, they're involved in every part of the deal. Their day gets away from them at 9:15 when they got there at 9 o'clock, right? In a one-person model, if I've got the sales two people doing more, my day's calmer. So now I can address things I can't get to now. And what they see is they're going, I'm actually guiding the ship, and I'm helping these people grow. They actually end up loving it. You know, it's an interesting story. Where you get a lot of blowback, obviously, as a finance manager.
Right, bro. I bet.
Right? Exactly. What do you? Well, my job's done, right? Paragon's finance manager at the Honda store initially was the biggest. He was against it. Now he's our biggest proponent. Absolutely loves it.
And that's usually the case, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know when Dealer Track made its change, I was like, I am so out on this. Why can't they leave me on the Classic forever? Right. But then I had to make the adjustment. And that's something that I think is key. So for those of you that are sales managers, leaders hearing this on the live or the replay, consider how much time gets freed up when you don't have to be touching every piece of the deal.
So true.
And you can do your one-on-ones. You can check your lot. You can check on inventory. You can do a little bit of training for a few minutes a day, right? Because these things are key and critical that they do stay consistent. But that's one thing that you guys are bringing to it. You're bringing a consistency key that makes it the same across the board, and it's relieving for everybody, for the client, for the sales pro, for the managers, and you also only have one person to chase down if something's not right, if something's not done.
Right. Exactly. It's just a much more streamlined. I mean, look, let's face it. In COVID, every other industry made a change, right?
Yep.
It's easier to buy everything. In fact, my wife might as well be a stockholder in Amazon for all the stuff we finally are doing through Amazon, right?
For real.
But the car industry, for the most part, remains rigid in their necessity to say, I'm not changing how I'm doing things.
Right.
But the progressive ones are, and they're seeing the benefits.
Yeah, they do.
They see the benefits. And don't you think, I mean, you guys tell me what you think. Do you think eventually this will become more the norm?
I think it actually would be.
I think that there's going to be definitely a bigger market share, as you call it, right, of people doing that in this industry.
Right.
You know, I think that will it be the norm? It could be. I think that honestly, it should be the norm. I think that we should be going A to Z with people and giving them that experience. Not to mention when we have people that we put into those places, they feel like they're having they're rolled not just as a salesperson. Now they're a business. They get to learn how to do everything from beginning to end. They're constantly growing. They're constantly having chances to be better. So I think it's a win-win in so many different ways. You know, to me, I as a salesperson love the way that felt to be able to do things like that. To be able to go from taking the person from a lead all the way to the end and then following up with my person to make sure that they come back, because it was my client and I did. And there was times that I was worried that the F&I manager or even the sales manager who was dealing with it would do it the way that I would be like, man, I've set this up a certain way. You can't, if you say something, they're going to think we're lying or whatever it is. Right. So you got to just do it the right way, always do it good, but doing it from A to Z like that, doing it with one person, being able to provide them with like everything that they want, but without any friction. Right. And I love that. So whenever we can take the friction out of anything, it's better.
Amen. So friction is bad.
Yeah. Well,
in most cases.
Well, in some cases, right? You have to have a little bit to get a little bit of traction, but making sure that we do get the entire flow simplified. And if we can simplify it, if there's not so many hoops to jump through, not so many hands that got to touch the deal, well, then the customer, again, is going to have an easier experience. But based off of the model that the industry is wanting to shift to, they're looking to even take that one person out of it, right? They're looking to get just you handle it directly with the manufacturer on their handy dandy little site, and that's it. You get you a car. So I think that dealers that do make the shift and make the pivot and do pay attention to people like Paragon and recognize that, wow, in order to crank out way more and to keep our morale high and to process what we need to efficiently, we need a model like this, and hopefully you all see that. And we're so thankful that you took the time to hang out with us.
It was great.
But
loved it, really enjoyed it.
Tell us, what have you enjoyed most about being here in Vegas this time?
You know, I think it's just having deeper conversations, theoretical conversations. It's not necessarily let's do a demo. It's the higher level conversations about where are you headed, what are you thinking, what are your goals, what are your aspirations, all of that. I like the more that kind of a thing. You know, what's your vision? Yeah. And you know, as I told him, I said, you know, you have to forgive dealers that won't focus on the future and are afraid to fly.
Oh my goodness! Look at
dropping knowledge over here.
That was awesome, bro. That was awesome.
man.
I know you hit me with that earlier. I was
Holding
like,
on
okay,
that.
I'm with you. Man.
That's perfect, man. What a perfect segue. But
you
speaking
go.
of fly, I got to say this real quick because it's early in the morning and we're just getting out here. And this is the first time that I'm seeing it. I got to compliment my brother over here. Fred, that's a freaking fabulous jacket, bro.
Oh.
Wow.
Very sharp.
That is
Well,
a
thank
dope
you.
jacket.
I appreciate
That's looking
that.
good.
I do. I try.
Talking about
Well, I
looking
knew
fly.
I knew that we were gonna have Doug here.
Yeah.
Doug's
Real.
so fly. I had to
That's
make
right.
sure. I mean, this guy's got swag. He's got love the beat.
You know,
he's
it's
got on.
it almost looks like something Bear Bryant would have worn when he was coaching Alabama.
Well,
It's
yes,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
very,
nice
very
little-
Bear
you
Bryant.
need the hat
Yes.
on top, but yeah, it's a sharp jacket.
No, it's looking
man.
good. That's
I
looking
couldn't
good.
pull it off. I couldn't do it.
I barely do.
impressed.
I
Yeah.
barely do.
No,
I
you're
mean, you
it's
know,
working for you.
that's right. Well, I appreciate that so much, man.
Yeah.
What a great morning this has been, man. I appreciate you once again for giving us an opportunity to share what A2Z Sync is about, to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah,
Honestly,
appreciate
Doug,
it.
I look
It's
forward to
great.
getting to know you more
Yeah.
and more and more. Let's get him back on the show. You guys would agree we need to get him back on the show, right?
Let him
We
know.
need to
Give him
talk
a
about
thumbs
what's
up.
going
Get
on.
back on the
Let's
show.
go.
We'll talk about
Chris
the future.
Becker. Christopher Becker says Doug's a natural on camera. Just
Ah,
so you know.
thanks, Chris. You're the man.
Yeah, he did. He said
Appreciate
that.
it, buddy.
I showed that post earlier. That was awesome, man. Chris, miss you, brother.
Yeah, I
Be
miss you
blessed
too,
out there,
Chris.
man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But yeah, man, just great things happening for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you were here. I'm excited that we got to talk a little bit about not just what we're going to be doing with your product, but also what you're about and why you're excited about
That's
your
right.
product, because that's
Yes.
more important.
It is.
Knowing
It
why
is.
you're excited about it, because you know we can all talk about how great our products are, but what gets you excited about that? You know, and I love that. And you know what, folks, if you guys are watching it, you're a dealer out there and you're thinking about going A to Z, just give them a call. They can explain things. If
Yep.
you already have that process in there, but you don't have software to back it up, give them a call. I tell you, you won't regret it. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can go to A2ZSync.com, or you can call me personally, 303-931-9227, or Doug.Reeves at A2ZSync.com. Any of those three, and I'll be happy to help.
Heck yeah. Heck
Yep,
yeah.
all about
Oh,
it.
man.
All about it.
So happy that we had you here. Love how you stretched on that Forgive Focus Fly for us.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to make sure that we do stretch out on that
Let's
the
do it.
whole way with the dance moves and everything, everybody.
Let's do this.
So let's make sure to get these F-bombs dropped up in here on day 3. Good morning, digital dealer.
All right.
Nice, loud, and proud. Go ahead and count it off for us, Doug.
I don't
count to
know.
3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing.
That's what I'm talking about,
baby.
everybody. You
I
got
like
that
it. I
done
appreciate
right.
it.
Wow,
That
bro,
was great.
man, that was awesome.
It was
Thank you
great.
so much for your
Sure.
time today. Well, I'm Fred Lenartz, subprime hero.
And I'm Lou Ramirez, the car guy. And we have been brewing solutions
That's
on the
right.
Car Guy Coffee podcast, enjoying this day with this incredible solutionary, the one,
The only Doug Reeves.
That's right,
man.
everybody.
Yeah, it was great, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Be
Stay
good.
tuned. We out.